Welcome to another episode where I will be sharing my tips, case studies about running a business and dealing with life. Hopefully, you'll find some inspiration. Welcome to my podcast. This is episode 3, Entrepreneurs' Best Practices. Being an entrepreneur takes a lot of practice and experience, I feel. And for me, as I'm continuing to run my business that I started almost 3 years ago now, and also been running other businesses prior to that, such as direct marketing businesses, I've learned a lot of things throughout trying to run a business. And I just want to share with you 3 best practices that I feel are most important when you are an entrepreneur. And, if you have these skills already and you're not an entrepreneur, you're probably not knowing that you are an entrepreneur. So, I really just wanted to highlight these best practices for you and dive into them very quickly, and just give you a top line kind of, understanding as to why I feel, as an entrepreneur, you should have them as a practice in your entrepreneurial life. So the first one is to be open-minded on feedback. As entrepreneurs, you want to take criticism, good or bad. Because at the end of the day, I feel that you, as an entrepreneur, you are tailoring your brand and your business to deliver to your audience something that they want. So if your audience is coming back with comments, whether they're good or bad, I think you need to be open to criticism, because that's the only way you'll be able to fix yourself and grow yourself. I'll give you an example. I've had a couple of people reach out to me out of nowhere wanting to work with me. And I honestly, asked them, I said, what draw you to contact me? What it is about my work that attracted you to reach out to me? And, based on their feedback, I was able to understand better who I was, what I was doing, and how I can fix a couple of things. So be open-minded when people give you feedback, and try to understand what these feedbacks are and apply them to your business, whether you have to fix them or not. Just listen to what others have to say. The second best practice is to continue to learn. I cannot even tell you how vital and important this is for entrepreneurs. You have to continue to learn. And by that, I mean, do your research, talk to others in your space that are experts. Find out about something that you're trying to understand. Everything is online, guys. You go on Google, you go on YouTube, you'll find the answer. I'm actively doing that. I listen to podcasts just like my own right now to, continue to learn about anything that has to do with running my business, whether it's, knowing how to post on Instagram or knowing how to do something on Facebook or whatever it is. Just every day every day I try to learn one thing new that I can apply, if not at that moment in my business, or long term, I can apply it in my business. So as an entrepreneur, you want to constantly learning. So that's number 2. And lastly, number 3 is to build a network. Listen, you've heard of this quote, your network is your net worth. Right? So you have to build your network and build your network strategically to ensure that the people around that you are building, your tribe that you're building, are actually, in fact, attracted to the service or the product that you are offering, because that's the only way they will support back, right? So if they like a brand, they will continue to support it. So make sure you attract that network. Make sure you go out to places where you are going to find that network And, even if you're at the supermarket and you see, that happened to me a couple of times, or I was at the nail salon actually, and this girl had really cute shoes, and I was like, oh my God, these are so cute, because, she's fashionably, great. So I'm like, she's kind of like someone that I would love to have in my network of people to look at me, because she has really good taste in fashion. So, and I talk about fashion all the time. So I complimented her shoes and she loved it, and we exchanged information, and, she's in my network. So it's important to continue to learn, build your network, and be open-minded to feedback. These are the 3 top best practices that I feel every entrepreneur should have at all times in their DNA in order for them to succeed in business. Hopefully you agree. And obviously, if you have other best practices that you feel are as important as the 3 that I mentioned, please leave a comment in my podcast notes. I'd love to hear from you. And you know how to reach out to me on my Instagram or on my Facebook fan page. I am available. I want to hear from you, and I want some feedback. So this is it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And remember to go back to the previous episodes as well. If you missed any of them, obviously they're there, which is great. You can listen to them. But until then, as I usually say, I wish you a wonderful life. I'm sending you positive vibes, and I hope and pray, if you are in business, that you succeed. And I hope and pray that what I'm speaking and telling you will inspire you to continue to live your best life and run your business the best way. Again, thank you so much for listening, and I shall return.